was up the most on the day. See, that's something. The Qs were at the bottom of the list earlier today. Now they're at the top. Nice reversal, sloppy kind of pattern. Let's see. Can you imagine if tomorrow by the close, this is a green bottoming tail bar? I think you have to mortgage the house. This is, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, European markets, they don't look great, but they haven't looked great in a very long time. But, this was a red bar, and now we're getting a bottoming tail bar. This is looking great. I love the fact that, when we talked today, this had to get deep into the red bar. It got deep into the red bar all the way just about to the top. And this says it's going higher, right? So obviously it's got to take out this high tomorrow, and any retracement should hold in the upper half and ideally the upper 25, 30%. And we've got plenty of overhead mess, but look at the hourly chart. You got a deep retracement, and now, obviously, it's retraced up to yesterday's high, and if it can get through here, it's going to enter the void, and it opens up the door. Well, the 200 is subjective. As you can see, the 200 is right there, and there's really nothing to the left of the 200, but it will be a focal point. And if it gets through there, I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but if the Qs can close above the 200, of course, CNBC, and then they'll bring on the bulls to be talked to. Yes, yeah. But, based on this pattern, I mean, if this can't get through the 20, something's really wrong. Right. So those positions we put on today probably have some trouble. We got to think about that, because that 20 being right there, I mean, that should blast through it like it's not even there based on this pattern. So, that's how I see it. And the 200 would be, it's flat. So, while there's nothing to the left, this, it'll be an obvious place. And then we see how far it gets. I don't think it can get much further than that tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. The Russell, nice day. It's making potentially a higher low here. So again, weird kind of a head and shoulders. It did retrace deep. So ideally, it would not have pulled back this far, but it has. It's got a nice turnaround day today. It wouldn't be surprising to see some consolidation, and that would actually be of a benefit to see some kind of a consolidation. I mean, because, we've got long positions, we just want to see it go, of course. But if it was to hang out here, say for the morning, or if it should gap up in the morning, we want to see buyers on a pullback. We want to see that demand continue. And again, the weekly chart, we got the beginnings of a bottoming tail bar. And so let's see what's going to happen here. It's down a whole bunch. Again, we don't have this long type of a bottoming pattern here, meaning long in time. So the expectation, with this pattern, seasonality, Christmas rally, so on and so forth, I would hope that, it could get up, maybe to this area. So let's see. We see the pattern, we see what it suggests, and then we see what it'll actually do. Right? So we know we have our internals lined up. We've got a market that's extended to the downside, some more than others. So let's see what'll happen here. We have the transportation, actually some relative strength, and sideways consolidation, a nice big up bar here. Looks good. And maybe this just continues to move up here where it made a V bottom versus a retest. But, we do have a head and shoulders type of a pattern here. One that right? And this one is quite a bit more bullish because this is sideways at resistance. And that in of itself, sideways consolidation at resistance, that by itself is bullish. And let's move on. There's my clear. There we go. That's just the cash. That's another small cap, or the mid. That's actually the mid cap. And we got pretty much the same thing across the board here. I mean, a little bit of a different variations, but moves up to resistance. We need to see these things break this hourly trend. So the depth of retracement is a good start, but let's recognize this market being that depth of that retracement was good, but it's pulled back quite a bit already. So, but head and shoulders bottom. Let's see what happens. Spiders, same thing. Nice reversal day, got deep, hasn't taken out a prior bars high yet. We're looking for that to happen tomorrow. Definitely trade above today's high tomorrow. If not, well, again, we don't want to see it pull back deeply into this bar. Right? Ideally, it stays in the upper part. If there's a gap down tomorrow, right, gapping down to here and buyers stepping up, right? A gap down tomorrow should be viewed as a gift if this is the actual turn. Right? In other words, buyers step up on it and take it back up again. Maybe it then consolidates and pushes higher. Diamonds, they led up. They took out the high. Now they've pulled back a little bit, deeper, but in Monday's letter, this is exactly what I wrote was, if this can't hold in here, well then, we need to see it hold this area. And so far it's doing that. We need some confirmation tomorrow. And so again, similar patterns, not all the same, but we need the confirmation tomorrow. And these are cash indices, really not. NYSE looks the same. Utilities coming in, that's actually a good sign. Some confidence to walk away from what's considered to be, the safe area. So that's good. And marijuana had a comeback today. And, well, let's just sort this. Biotech, lower low, but again, decent turnaround days everywhere. Semis doing well. Solars, beating down oil. The technology looks great. It actually poked above the prior red bars high. So a little bit extra strength there in technology, and that ETF looks great. Healthcare turning around. Again, the weekly charts here, right? This is still red. That's a deeper retracement. And so maybe it takes a little bit more time for healthcare equipment. This was the big leader. This has done great, better than the majority of ETFs. And if this can get a turnaround into, next week, this is going to be a buy. And, the other biotech, messy weekly, cybersecurity. That looks, again, pretty much the same story. Steel, China. I don't know about that. Here's our FDN. Messy head and shoulders bottom. Nice retracement. Actually poked above the prior day's high. So that's good. So exposure to the internet and technology. That's what we gave in the ETF letter. And regional banks, which have been quite a lot of starts and stops. And then this was this little mini crash that happened there. So we'll stay away from those. Mining, software. Surprisingly, this didn't have a better day because Microsoft had a great day. But I like the weekly. I like that. Oil. XLF. Yeah, that was good. JPM looked decent. Obviously, Goldman Sachs still looks like death hanging over it. And what is that IHI? Is that a broker dealer one? Medical devices. That looks great. But, any of these, let me throw that in there. The other one, I think it was XHE, healthcare equipment. That's a good one. And those pharmaceuticals. Yeah. And back to spiders. Robotics. So look, today's rally was broad-based. Everything we looked at is green. Utilities, red. No big deal there. So broad-based rally. Our internals are supportive of this. We have to go with it. Let's see what happens. And, just, again, the internals there. Don't pay any attention to this at the end of the day. This is what we're looking at, that moving average pushing up to that level again, and breath pulled back exactly where it was supposed to, and we got the turn. We just got to do it, see what happens here, and we'll do this again tomorrow. All right, and don't forget to build your short list. I can't even think about it. Again, I don't want to think about it. Because, look, I have easily the stuff that is in this list here, which is pretty much the garbage dumpster. Even the garbage is likely to stabilize if this market's going to rally. And so, you can see those daily charts, the strong downtrends in the dumpster here. So I think we'll make more money on the long side if the market is going to move up into the holidays as it typically does. So, with that being said, guys, have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.